Hey guys, Tom here from the Investing with Tom YouTube channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you enjoyed today's video, hit like, hit subscribe, and that way you can see future videos as well. So today I'm going to do something which I don't think anyone's done on YouTube before that I know of, and that's going to be actually starting a competition with everyone watching this video who's interested in being a part of it, around who can pick the best stocks for 2020. So I know CNBC has a competition similar to this that they run every single year, where they get some of their sort of experts in to pick a single stock on what they think's going to perform really well in 2020. And then they give them a trophy at the end of the year for whoever wins. So I want to do something similar on this channel. You obviously won't be getting a trophy, but I'll give you something. Yet to decide exactly what the prize is going to be, but it's probably going to be another book or something like that. If I think of something cooler in the meantime or anything like that, I'll let you know. But that's what I'm thinking at the moment, is I'll give you a book or a couple of books if you end up winning the competition. But for now, let's get into the rules, my thoughts on how we kind of set it up at the moment, and keen to get your feedback on some of this as well. So stick around, watch the video, and I'm going to give you some instructions on how to enter shortly as well. So the competition is going to work something like this. Essentially, I'm going to give you a hypothetical portfolio of 10,000 US dollars, and you're going to have to pick two stocks. And of those two stocks, each one is going to get half of the portfolio. So 5,000 US dollars in one, 5,000 US dollars in the other. But there's a couple of rules. So you have to decide on this stock either on the day you're watching this video, is probably going to be the easiest. But there's going to be a cutoff date on the 31st of January. So if you haven't put a comment on the video and picked your stocks by the 31st of January, then sorry, but you're out. That's when entries are going to close. And essentially, like I say, you have to pick two stocks. And there's a couple of rules that come with that. So you have to pick one long and one short. Essentially what that means, a long is what you think is a stock that's going to go up. So you're simply just buying shares in a company like you would regularly, and that go up. A short is something that you think is going to go down. So if you think a stock is going to go down 50% this year, you buy it, or in practice you sell it and then you buy it back at a cheaper price. But anyway, give me a name of a company that you want to have as your short, and if that goes down 50%, then that contributes a positive 50% return to your sort of hypothetical portfolio. So as an example, if you have two stocks in the portfolio, you have one that you're long that goes up 40%, and you also get paid a 5% dividend, then you've made a 45% return on that part of the portfolio. And then if you also have a long that goes down, say 50%, but also paid a 5% dividend, that pulls you back to being down 45%, which is a 45% return on your short as well. And then you've got 45 on both, and you've got an overall return of 45%. So you've turned your 10 grand into, what's that? $14,500. So that's kind of the approach I'm going to take with calculating the returns. I think I'll do regular updates, probably quarterly, if not more frequently, if people are interested. We can get a bit of a leaderboard going and so on. So that's the plan with the competition. I hope that all sounds good to everyone. I'm going to give you a couple of rules and then just talk you through how to enter as well. So in terms of the rules, like I say, you've got to pick one long and one short. I'll set up the model portfolio for everyone at my end. So basically all you need to do is drop a comment down below with which stock you want to go long on and which stock you want to go short on. Like I say, the rules, there's no rules in terms of what country you want to pick stocks in. So if you want to pick something in New Zealand or Australia or the US or Japan or China or Argentina or whatever, feel free to do so. The only thing you'll have to be aware of is that all stocks will be tracked in US dollars. And ideally, please don't make it something over the counter or anything like that. I want it to be easy enough for me to track the performance of how it's going at my end. So no restrictions on country or anything like that. Just be aware if you are picking something outside of the US, there'll be some exchange rates that change your performance as well, because we are going to be reporting everything in US dollars. And on the short side, the only rule I've really got is you can't pick anything that is highly likely that it's about to go bankrupt. So something like Sears or PG&E right now, virtually, I mean, PG&E especially is virtually confirmed to be going bankrupt at some point during this year. I don't want you guys to pick that. That is a very common approach by short sellers, but it is probably cheating a little bit for this competition. So stay away from that. Pick something that's just incredibly overvalued or something like that instead. So nothing on the brink of bankruptcy, please. Just something with a ridiculous valuation that you think can only come down, really. So that's what I want you to choose. And in terms of how to enter, like I say, just drop your 2 stocks down below. Also interested to hear on how often you guys would like to be updated with the performance of the stock of this kind of stock picking competition. After entries closed at the end of January, I'm thinking I might do like a first update maybe sometime in February, and then we'll probably go quarterly after that. That's my thoughts. But if you want something more frequently, definitely let me know. Like I say, yet to decide on a prize, but I'm thinking a book or something like that. If you've got a better idea and it's not going to cost me a horrendous amount of money, drop any prize ideas down below. So that's the competition. I'm just going to give you my 2 entries so that you know sort of where my thinking is, and I'm going to get involved in this competition as well, so you guys can prove that you're better investors than me and all that sort of thing if you want for this year. So my 2 stocks, my long is going to be Graphite International. So this is a stock already in my portfolio. Very, very quick sort of investment thesis on this one. So basically they have got a very high percentage of all of their production of these graphite electrodes, which they produce for the next 3 years. They've basically got a very high percentage of the revenue for that already locked in. It's already sold. So next to certain revenues for a high percentage of their product, there's a little bit that's still sold on the spot market, but we have a fairly good idea of what the revenue is going to be. They're vertically integrated, so they basically know their costs. They own several of the companies that are the sort of raw material manufacturers to produce the graphite electrodes, and that gets us to a point where their cash flows are near enough locked in for a large percentage of their production. So that's my thoughts with Graphite. So we know near enough what they're going to earn. They're trading at a PE in like the 3s. Very, very cheap, and it's an investment that I've basically cloned from Bonus Per Rise 13F. So that's where I got the initial idea, and basically that's going to be my long. It's even been going down a little bit towards the end of December here, so hopefully that sets me up for a good 2020 with this one. So that's going to be my long. My short, please don't crucify me for this one, but my short is going to be Tesla. I think that the Tesla cars are phenomenal. They are growing at an incredible rate. Elon Musk is a superhuman kind of genius and all those things, but putting it very simply, the valuation is just obscene. They're trading at like almost an $80 billion market cap as of making this video. You compare that to a company like I actually own, like Fiat Chrysler, trading at about $20 billion or so. And Fiat Chrysler just has many multiples of the cash flow. They obviously don't have the growth prospects that Tesla do, but even with that considered, to be trading at like 4 times the valuation of a super profitable car company, I just don't think is reasonable. Plus, Tesla, sort of the opposite to Graphite, has had quite a stellar run over all of 2019, basically. So I'm hoping that sets me up for it to go the other direction in 2020. So those are my 2 picks, and I'll drop a comment down below as well, so that it's in writing, and in video is probably even better. But anyway, I'll drop that down below. So Graphite's my long. Tesla is my short, and that's going to be my portfolio for the year. I don't ever really short stocks in practice, but I thought it'd make this competition pretty interesting. I think any time that you short stocks, there's obviously infinite risk of downside, because things can just sort of keep going up and pulling your short position down. But I thought it'd be entertaining, so let's do it. I think you can get burned with shorts quite easily in practice. That's one of the reasons I don't do it. But here we go. That's my short and my long position for the year. So Like I say, if you want to be interested, if you want to enter in the competition, just drop your 2 stocks down below. Entries close end of January. Don't pick anything that's about to go bankrupt, and let me know which of those positions is long, which is short, and let's get into it. I'm pretty excited to see who wins this. Like I say, I've never really seen someone get the viewers involved in a competition like this. I've seen people set up their own model portfolios for the year. I think that's something Ryan Scribner's done in the past, but yeah, interested to see how we go here. So drop your entries down below. Share this video with your friends who might also be interested in getting involved, and we'll see how we get on. I hope I don't come last. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.